So welcome to our talk for today. My name is Debbie and I'm a trainee vicar at the Church of Epiphany in Gipton and Oakwood in Leeds. So a few days ago, my usually relaxing dog walk turned out to be anything but. Now Nell is normally very well behaved, but on this particular day, it was almost as if she'd had a brain transplant with a friend's basset hound called Rosie, who, whilst utterly adorable, is not always renowned for her obedience. Everything I asked Nell to do, which she would usually do, she didn't. When I called her to come back, she just ignored me. When I told her to sit, I got a filthy look. But it was when Nell decided to gate crash a professional photo shoot by plonking herself on a blanket where a newly married couple were having their photos taken that I really wanted the ground to swallow me up, and it was kill me now one of those moments. Now thankfully, they thought it was really funny, as did the many onlookers. But all I could think of was how to get my usually well-behaved pooch back home before the little sodpot could get up to any more mischief. So I've been thinking about what happened in the park that day, and I'd like to pose the following question. How do you respond when you, or those closest to you, are having a sodpot day? I mean, let's face it, how many of us have found ourselves behaving in such uncharacteristically different ways? But I don't mean things like learning to conquer the complexities of Zoom. Instead, I'm referring to those days when everything just feels a little bit crappy. It's those days when we feel like we're climbing the walls, our energy levels are at rock bottom, and our patience is bordering on the threadbare. Now, apologies for yet another story about boats, although I'm not really sorry. But for my 40th birthday, instead of having a big party, I decided to buy a 22-foot fiberglass cruiser that was utterly ramshackled and held together pretty much by duct tape. So I spent several months doing all the repairs and the painting before the day arrived when I could set sail on my maiden voyage in a boat that I named Go Gentle. And although I didn't know it at the time, Go Gentle was soon to become a place where I could just go, rest, and chill me beans. And so as we begin the journey out of lockdown and all that entails, being gentle with ourselves and those around us, especially when we aren't at our best, is just so important. Life is still very much a challenge in so many ways. And so it really is okay to not be okay. Now, I'm not going to deny that I wasn't frustrated with Nell's antics in the park, because I really was. But at no point did I ever love her any less because of how she was behaving. I understood why she'd acted in the way she did, and I also understood the importance of maintaining a sense of perspective within it all, as well as keeping a sense of humour. And when my four-legged prodigal finally decided to come back, there was no shouting or telling her off, just a sense of relief that I had her back and that she was safe and well. Now, although I was gentle with Nell that day, that is really nothing compared to how God is with us, especially when we're struggling. A bruised reed he will not break, and a flickering candle he will not blow out, is how Jesus is described in the Bible. There is no wound or vulnerability he doesn't understand or handle with the utmost care. He is someone who we can trust with our bruises and our fragility. He will not be clumsy with us, and neither will he steamroller over us. Instead, in our pain and confusion, in our weakness and messes, we can come to him and know that there is none more gentle than God himself.